Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. What a true honour it is to be able to stand in my place and address the first throne speech to be brought down by our new Premier. The title of this speech exemplifies exactly what our Premier lives on a daily basis, and that is standing up for Saskatchewan. To quote our Premier, while our economy and the province's finances are showing signs of improvement, we are still facing challenges due to the threat of a damaging federal carbon tax. Continued sanctions from the United States on our steel and uranium industries, and deeply discounted price of oil caused by lack of pipelines. This throne speech outlines our commitment to stand up for Saskatchewan by growing our economy and continuing to deliver important programs and services for the people of the province. So before I talk about the details of the throne speech, I'd like to give you just a little bit of an update on what's been happening in my life. First of all, I'd like to give a big shout out to my constituency assistants. As the member from Milestone said, his constituency assistants are the best, but mine are the best, and I have 3 of them. So to Rosalie Story, Susan Cobo, and Gail Hillstrom, thank you to all 3 of them for holding down the fort and doing a great job in the constituency office. Once again, to my partner Bart for continuing to... Everybody loves Bart, and he keeps reminding me of that, actually. So to my partner Bart for continuing to support me as I travel back and forth from Estevan to Regina, as well as other destinations now that I have my new role as Ministers of Highway. And I'm so thankful that I have the opportunity to be able to do this job. So it truly is a year of firsts for myself. We had our first wedding this summer. My oldest daughter, Miranda, who's a school teacher in Saskatoon, grade 1, got married to John Forbes. And the member across the way actually talked about that during his address to the throne speech. And so I had mentioned before that we might be one big happy family, and I guess officially we are now. And then my middle child, Mercedes, who is 26 and is a school teacher in Estevan of grade 7 students, her and her partner are going to have their first baby this November. So I get to be a grandma, and I'm pretty darn excited about that. And my youngest child, Wyatt, who is 22, and I've mentioned him before, he's a farmer. So they were very fortunate down in the south to have good weather early, so he will be able to get his crop, he was able to get his crop off in early September, so that was perfect for him. He is still single, but hopefully by the time I have an opportunity to address another throne speech, I'll have an update on that front. But until then, he's just going to enjoy the single life. So I guess really enough about what's been going on in my life to the topic at hand. Given the fact that I am now the new Minister of Highways, I just want to talk about that for a little bit. As you're all fully aware, safety is a very high priority for our government. That is why we have conducted a preliminary review of more than 900 intersections and have dedicated $700,000 this year to clearing sightlines and improving intersection safety. The budget for our safety improvement program, which funds things like turning lanes, rumble strips, guardrails, has increased since 2007. In that year, the budget was $1.1 million, and in 2018, it was up to $7 million. So we're doing a lot of good work on all of those intersections and safety for the residents of the province of Saskatchewan. So when we talk about safety, I'm excited to talk about stuff that's happening in my constituency and on the way to Regina. That's the passing lanes that are going to take place on Highway 39 and 6 as you go from Estevan to Regina. I've had the opportunity to travel this road on a weekly basis, sometimes more often than that. And my family, whether it be my parents or my children, travel this road on a regular basis. So the fact that there are going to be up to 16 sets of passing lanes put on this stretch of highway is just an exciting opportunity for that roadway and the safety of our residents. That's an international corridor that brings truck traffic up from the U.S. border, travels into the city of Regina to do business. Pretty soon it'll be able to get around the city of Regina very easily. And it's important that we have those there for the safety of everybody that's traveling on that road, whether it's your family, just to go visit other people, or whether it's business that's going to be conducted in the province of Saskatchewan. So I'm not sure how many of you have actually had a chance to drive on passing lanes, but I have. A few years ago, myself and a girlfriend drove from Estevan all the way to Montreal. Now, my girlfriend actually was the one who did all of the driving, because she's a really good driver. You can just ask her. And she just let me sit back and take in the view. And she also likes to view speed limits as a bit of a guideline, so she liked to pass a lot. So this is actually the first time I encountered passing lanes as we were going through some of the terrain that they have there. And we went through the first set and it was like, oh, well, that was kind of convenient how we were able to, you know, have an opportunity to pass, and it was pretty safe. And then we, you know, started paying a bit more attention, and then there was a sign that said, well, there's going to be a passing lane in 2 kilometers. So we're like, oh, well, that's kind of nice. And then we realized they're actually pretty regular, and we don't have to take any chances in between these other sections. We know that just 2 kilometers up the road, or in another 7 minutes from now, there's going to be another set of passing lanes. We didn't even start watching for the sign telling us where they were going to be, because we knew that they were going to happen regularly. And the patience level just set right in, and she didn't take any more chances passing, and my trip became much more relaxed after that. So I just want to encourage people that haven't used them to take the opportunity to embrace them, and to be able to know that they are a viable option for our highway system that will keep everybody safe. Okay, so I have a bunch of stuff in between here. I'm excited that we're on our 3-year balanced plan. By next year, we're going to be able to stand here and say we have a balanced budget, and then all of that stuff that we did to ensure that the people of the province don't have that heavy debt load to carry on for generations to come, all of that work that we did will have paid off. So once again, in the words of our Premier, this throne speech outlines commitment to stand up for Saskatchewan by growing our economy and continuing to deliver important programs and services for the people of this province. He is standing up for Saskatchewan, and everybody on this side of the House is standing there with him. So, Mr. Speaker, I just want to let you know that I will not be supporting the amendment that was put forward, but I will most definitely be supporting the motion that was put forward by the member from Lumsden Moors. Thank you. Hear, hear.